Okay, students, today we start the next part of our types of economics. In the next part, the types of economics we analyzed in the last class. That is, we have three types of economic system. What three types of economics? These three types of economic systems are capitalistic economy, command economy, and we come to the mixed economy, which bear the both character command and capitalistic economy. The first one, what is the capitalistic economy? The capitalistic economy is that economy who a capitalistic economy is that economy in which the productive resources are owned by the private individuals. That means private one owned by the productive resources. In our country, suppose telecom industry is more than 70% is owned by the private sector. That is Jio, V, Airtel, these are. So these are the, in case of capitalistic economy, the resources are owned by the resources are operated by the private sector, by private uh, or a person, not the total economic system. This capitalistic economy is also known as the market economy because what to produce and to whom to produce and how to produce, what to produce, how to produce, and to whom to produce, these three questions are answered by the market. That means what is the market demand, and that we producers are produce that goods that much amount, what type of demand are in the market. Okay, this is the main thing in the capitalistic economy. So basically, your Western European country and North American countries are the capitalistic economy or capitalistic or market economy. So now we analyzes the features of the capitalistic economy. Okay, basically, uh, the capitalistic economy, in the case of capitalistic economy, resources are owned by the private sector or owned by the private individual. So it has first one, the there is private property, right, inheritance, freedom of enterprise and occupation, freedom of choice for consumer, price mechanism, competition, profit motive, self-interest, and minimum government interference that we analyze in the last class. What is the private property, what is the right of inheritance, what is the freedom of enterprises and occupation, freedom of choice of consumer, price mechanism, etc., etc. Now we come to the point, that is the merits of the capitalistic economy. What are the merits of the capitalistic economy? The first merit is spirit of enterprises. What is the spirit of enterprises? That means force of profit motive has infused the spirit of enterprises and risk taking in the individuals. Okay, in here the the resources are owned by the private sector. So according to the market demand, you supply your commodity. In that time, you must take some of the risk. So here we don't call them the producer, we call them entrepreneur, because they the risk lover, they take the risk and then produce. So the spirit of enterprises would say that they take some amount of risk. Okay, next point is incentive for technological progress. Here, the capitalistic economy, resource owned by the private one, and so they are guided by the profit motive. Okay, when they are guided by the profit motive, they always earn to, or they always maximize their profit. When they want to maximize their profit, so what to do? They must either they decreases the cost or increases the price. Okay, because profit is the differences between cost and differences between the revenue and the cost. Either you earn more revenue, or you uh, decrease the cost. So to earn more revenue, that means you must earn more. That means that you charge more prices, but it is harmful for the competition. For that reason, you always want to decrease your cost, and for that reason you always encourage to technological progress. That means the in case of capitalistic economy, producers have been motivated to develop the new technology by which they can decrease their cost of productions. Next, efficient use of resources. What is the efficient use of resources? In the capitalistic economy, efficient individuals are rewarded and inefficient ones are penalized, because here is the market take the decisions. If you are the inefficient, then your cost of production is high, and if your cost of production is high, that means your profit decreases, and when your profit decreases, that means you must sometimes you incur the loss, so you leave the business, that is you are penalized. And if you uh, efficiently use your resources, that means cost of production is less, then your total revenue is more, and when your total revenue is higher than the cost, that means you have more profit, then you continue your business. So in case of capitalistic economy, efficient use of resources is another property. Next we come to the point, that is new consumer goods. In the case of capitalistic economy, we always appreciate the new consumer goods, because we want to earn more profit, because the capitalistic economy is guided by profit motive. When they want to earn more profit, so at a time they uh, you produce the more new type of consumer goods by which they attract the consumer. Okay, so in case of uh, capitalistic economy, they produces the new consumer goods, because they want to attract the uh, consumer, and they by this way they earn more and more profit. Then automatic working. Oh sorry, number 6 is flexibility and adaptability. The most important virtue of the capitalistic economy is its process of high degree of flexibility and adaptability. What is the flexibility and what is the adaptability? The flexibility is that what is market demanded, according to this way we can produce. What to produce, how to produce, and whom to produce. It is just guided by the motive, that is it is guided by the motive of the profit maximization. And when we earn the more profit, we earn the more profit at the time when we meet the consumer demand. To meet the consumer demand, when according to their wants, the market produces the commodity. So there must be the flexibility, okay, and mm, it has some adaptability. The new type of technology, new consumer goods, these are adapted by them, so they have new adaptability. Then next one is automatic working. Automatic working, the capitalistic economic system operates in the automatic manner. There is no planning body, there is no government interference. So it is, if the market demand is high, then price of the commodity is higher, and if the market demand is low, then the price of the commodity low, and according to the demand the commodity is supplied. So it is automatic working. Next come to the point in case of economic freedom. In the capitalistic economy, the restriction by the government is not there, or it may be very minimum. So there is always economic freedom to earn your profit. What type of policy you have to take, you can consider that one, because there is a no government interference or influence in the working of the producers. Next we come to the increase in the production and standard of the living. You can increase to achieve the to achieve the higher standard of living. You can earn the more profit. To earn the more profit, you can increase your production. Okay, next, the expansion of international trade. The capitalistic economic system advocates the free trade between the countries. There is no trade barriers between the countries, the like there is a no trade barrier between the country, like the tariff, quotas, etc. You can There is a free trade within the international country. So these are the characteristics of the capitalistic economy.